fucking love cheese.
Are you happy to do the intro while you're having your food, Aaron?
Talk about that comment first.
Yeah. But no, just saying, because we had a comment on the channel saying that like they stopped watching because basically just like the five of us just eating on camera. I was like, it was a bit more of a derogatory comment, I'll be said, because there was a word used to describe us, and yeah, that comment is no longer in that video.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was the word?
Fuck you fat fuck.
There you go. That's the way.
You don't know my life. Fuck you.
You don't know me.
I do what I want.
And yes, we will have nachos on screen, and you're just gonna have to fucking enjoy it.
You're just
That's
jealous.
fucking lovely.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, really
so
nice.
there's a noise that Amy's gonna make now when she dips her Doritos in this cheese sauce, and that will reflect how well fed we've been today.
Fuck me, yeah.
Anyway, welcome to what we're fucking watching.
Welcome to what we're eating.
Nachos
Nachos, yes.
and Doritos with cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheese.
Homemade cheese by Kara, which is fucking lovely.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't know what we eat the rest of the week, so fuck you.
Yes,
Sorry,
so-
anyway.
I that sort of bullying and that sort of it just shows how small-minded people are.
yeah,
And
it's
you annoy me.
it's the internet as
But
well.
then it's gone. I don't think about you anymore. So
Yeah. It is just like that scene that scene from that movie. It's like, I don't think about you at all.
That's Mad Men.
Mad Men, isn't it? Yeah, couldn't remember.
What are we doing?
We are doing what we're watching. So this is Aaron's
What we're
show.
watching, yeah.
So
Okay.
Aaron, take it away.
So welcome to what we're watching,
Hello.
where we talk about what we watched. Isn't that a fucking novel concept?
That is. After a couple of episodes, we're really starting to settle into that
Yeah.
routine. Yeah. Maybe we actually
How
have
many
time to do our
episodes is-
segments as well.
How many episodes are there?
This is now
I think
our
we're-
7th.
Yeah,
I wanna
they
say.
know we're close to 10 already.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
I've watched a lot of stuff since the last episode that we done.
Yes, it has been a while, to be fair.
To go back, the last episode the last thing we talked about was August Rush,
Mm.
The Simpsons.
and yeah, but
We had a lovely episode.
August Rush is like the point where I know that was the last episode we talked about. So since then, I've watched about 20 movies,
Okay.
so it's varied.
they're going to go into all.
I'm not going to fucking all. No. Most of them I liked. We watched all the Insidious movies. They were fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have set ourselves an arbitrary deadline here for this video because we are on a schedule. So I suppose we'll do what we normally do, go around the table and
Yeah,
Pick
I'll
out
start because I'll go through
Go
some
for
of
it,
the ones
please.
that we watch. I'll just brush over some of the ones that we watched.
Yeah.
And then I'll go into the ones that I fucking hated, the one movie that I loved.
good.
So we watched all the Bridget Jones Diaries.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
They were alright. The first one's the best one. The other two are a bit
I didn't think we were going into all this. Okay.
I'm just going to go through just the ones that we watched. We finished off the Purge movies. The last one's crap.
Which movies?
Purge.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one was a bit crap. Watch Fargo. Fucking still holds up. Almost
TV show or
Famous.
movie?
The movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Almost Famous. It's fucking still brilliant. We watched the Maze Runner trilogy.
Yeah.
That was actually not that bad. The last one, surprisingly enough, was the best one of the three.
Which was that?
Maze Runner.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the last one was quite good. Watched two Blade movies.
Mm.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
fucking
Bangers.
good. First two
Absolute
were
bangers.
great.
Well,
First Jurassic Park. One of the best fucking movies of its era.
Still holds up. Nice.
Still holds up.
Yeah.
Jaws. Again, one of the best fucking movies of its era.
Will always hold up.
Will always hold up. The Lost World.
Okay, in parts.
Me.
It's held up by its ending. If it didn't have the dinosaur running through a major metropolitan area, it probably wouldn't be half as good. And then we watched Pretty Woman last night, which had George Costanza in it. He tried to rape a woman, so, you know.
Pretty Woman is like one of my favourite movies of all time.
It's good. It's good, to be fair. I did enjoy
Big
it.
mistake.
Huge.
That was synchronized. I love it.
I go to the movie that I fucking hated first. And that was the Amy Winehouse movie, Back to Black.
Okay.
Piece of shit movie. It was one of the... It was...
Now we've had this conversation with biopics before in this
No,
series.
this
Oh,
one...
no,
this one...
is- no.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So this is what I was going to kind of to deflect out here is what makes this movie in particular a disaster.
My
Because...
father was involved with it.
Well then okay, so there's
No, it's not...
yeah.
Do you know what? That's not even the issue with it, right? It literally starts off with her saying, I want people to remember my music and nothing else. Again, fine. That's a grand little start off to the thing. Did they mention any other album story after her first one?
No.
I know.
You
No.
keep saying that you know. Remember? Just
I fear
remember
they
what
could've-
happened.
I know.
Remember what happened with
Okay.
percentages.
We've been down this road before.
They mentioned Frank. and they put a big portion of the movie on emphasis on Frank, her first album, her breaker album. And then it's remember when she was a drug addict. This will be the next hour and a half of this movie. There was no, and it heavily implies, spoiler warning, that she killed herself. It's heavily implied at the end of it.
Yeah.
She found out that her ex was having a baby, and at that point she was off the drink for a while.
Yeah.
And it kind of frames it as if she may have drank herself to death deliberately because of hearing that news. Which again, made me sit there and go, are you fucking serious? This movie could have been done a million different ways better. Even with the father's fucking input, I feel like it could have been.
No.
I get but see, the thing is, the dad is shown in a good light in the whole fucking movie. Whatever.
I wonder why.
Yeah, whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
Right,
I did that bit. I just accepted very early on.
Yeah.
Especially with the actor that played him too. There was something in my head going even beforehand. The dad's going to be like, oh, he just loved her. That was all.
Again, we've been
Straight away, if you're watching that movie and that's the first thing that you have, if your first thought is, well, his dad really loved his daughter, you just need to turn it off because it's bullshit.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire thing is a lie.
So this is it just seems to me, again, not watching the movie but hearing about it and so forth, it just seems like a very classic case of unreliable narrator. Because, as I said, like when you get input from the family, and again we've had these conversations with Priscilla and Tangenti with the Iron Claw when we watched it. It's only as good as suppose, like the subject matter is one thing, but also if there is input directly, shall we say, from the family or the estate or people that knew them, whatever, there's always going to be that little bit of like, here's the truth. Here is the truth that works for us,
or as we remember it,
or as you remember, indeed. So,
Queen.
Yeah,
Bohemian Rhapsody is a good one.
yeah, that's a very good example. And I think you always like when during the debate, we kind of said like that's always like something you just kind of accept with biopics is that it only is.
You call it a debate. Let's call it what it really was during that argument.
In the argument, yeah, I was being diplomatic. But at the very least, like intrinsically with biopics, you're always going to have that risk of like, it's not an impartial. It's never going to be an impartial
and
like,
that's fine. But
assessment.
like,
you know.
honestly, it seems like they just wanted to make a movie about Amy Winehouse.
they did.
They did, yeah.
And that was literally
it, yeah.
just that was like the
and they
whole.
wanted to make money off
They
it.
want
Yeah.
to make money
Yeah.
off Amy Winehouse is what you should.
And they wanted to make money off Amy Winehouse, and it just seemed like,
That's what I
and
said.
they didn't even do the drugs. Yeah, I know. I'm just reiterating the point. It was, and I didn't. The actress who plays Amy Winehouse is very good.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
I don't know.
I'll get it for you. You carry on your point.
She's very good in it. Jack O'Connell. Is that his name? Yeah. He's also very good in it. Although me and Chloe had the same thing where he seemed to be really hamming it up.
He always has it up. That's a part of his face.
Yeah, but I think it's because everything else.
started to look plastic now.
I think everything else in the movie was bad, so I was really focused on the fact that he's not great, even though he's a very good actor.
Marisa Abella played Amy in Back to
Are you
Black.
okay? Yes, I'm okay.
She's
just repositioning.
she's very good.
Yes.
I think she deserved a little bit more.
Okay.
Reposition.
You good?
Yeah, thank you.
She deserved a better movie to play Amy Winehouse in.
Yeah.
But overall, it was just take away the dad thing and everything like that. It's not a bad fucking movie. I thought I saw the reviews for it beforehand and I was like, I don't think it'll be that bad. There was something telling me like it's not that bad.
Okay, so
It's that fucking bad.
So on the same kind of vein, again, just kind of like kind of make the conversation topic here.
What was that?
That was a
Is
demon.
that you?
That was the cheese demon.
I will take that compliment.
I mean, that's how the Romans used to do it, so you know.
Better out than in.
Exactly. But so to flesh out the point, then, so for you, in your opinion, and perhaps this is for the table overall before we pass on to Amy, what if there's one metric you would use to say what makes a good biopic? In your opinion, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the strength of the story? Are you looking for the strength of like how interesting this person is? I'll tell you what, because we watched the Enzo Ferrari biopic, and that in itself is like it's very PR. It makes him come across
but
brilliant.
see that,
you know.
but see, it's very PR, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. Does it have that one scene where a bunch of people get killed?
Yeah.
But the delivery of that scene is phenomenal.
It's brilliant.
It is
It's
phenomenal.
also fucking like.
It's
Grim.
brutal.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
It didn't happen like that.
It didn't happen
No,
like that. Yeah.
no.
It wasn't like the car doesn't go up like the CGI fucking.
Oh, the
thing that
CGI
it
is
did.
atrocious in that
That was
movie.
atrocious. The aftermath of it is true
Yes.
and gory and grim, but you can't always shy away from that.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
It is what it is, and it's part of the reason why there's so many safety things now in F1.
In motorsports generally.
Actually,
like
that's
Yes.
a good
rallycross
point.
and so
But the
forth.
shine away thing.
Yeah.
They do focus on her drug habit for a large portion of that movie, but for some reason don't go into it as grim as it probably was.
Mm.
It's kind of like with Bohemian Rhapsody, where they get into the whole fact that Freddie was just fucking anything that
Do you want
moved.
a big spoon?
There's a big spoon on the table here. Yeah, I got you a spoon for it. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Here. No.
Are you
Are you?
happy with the little spoon?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Grant.
Once
She
you're happy
wants to
with
stretch
it-
out her meal. That's what savouring it. Yeah.
But with Bohemian Rhapsody, it was like one of those things where like you knew they weren't going to really get into the whole nitty gritty about the fact that he was writing anything with a pulse,
Mm.
which he was. Let's be real. He was
I
fucking
know.
write anything with a pulse.
Yes. Boy.
But with this one, it just seemed
Yeah.
like there was no effort into it.
Mm.
I don't know. The story could have been done better. It could have been done more in the vein of the Elton John one, Rocket Man, than.
So again, I'll go back to that point now. So what makes Rocket Man good, but Back to Black doesn't? I know this is obviously
Oh, yeah,
a
that's fair, yeah,
stupid
yeah.
question, but I want to kind of
Because I
establish.
think with Rocket Man,
Yeah.
even though Elton John had a full, did he have full creative? I think he helped with some of it.
Yeah.
He basically told the writers and directors, "Fuck, what am I going to talk about? What I did?
It's like it's already out there.
It's already out there. You
Yeah.
may as well do it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing to lose." You mentioned the fact that I was again on all the drugs.
Mm. So you would rather something that is just like it's a warts and all. It is like it's 100% accurate or 100% precise to who you're referring to, as opposed to having something that, like, should we say, is a little bit sugar coated or a little bit sterilized.
I think in a sense here, if you're going to do a biop that has got a character that is on a person who is a very warts and all type of person,
Yeah.
you probably should do the warts and all because
Yeah.
it is already in the public.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone already knows about it. The thing that annoyed me, if we're going by the Bohemian Rhapsody route, they rewrote history
Yeah.
while doing that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So that's the
Shit,
two sides
I
of
mean,
it then,
that's, that's one thing.
I
It's like
haven't watched it. What did they change?
So apparently Freddie Mercury knew at Live Aid that he had AIDS.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
He told the band beforehand.
He told the band
Yeah.
beforehand. Apparently.
They also made it out that the band was split up a couple of years before Live Aid. It didn't. They
Yeah.
were still touring as
That's
Live
what I
Aid
mean.
before it happened.
So that's what I mean. There was a rewrite of history.
It was very much Freddie was great till he met the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then he was a cunt.
Yeah.
But then he saw the error of his ways.
And then
he
they
reformed
came
the
back,
band.
and then he
Yeah.
found out he was dying, and then that's what actually made them all come back together for a Live Aid.
I actually liked it. I liked the
It's a fun movie.
romanticisation of
Yeah.
it. It was
But as
like-
long as you don't
But that's
look
the thing
too
is- but
deep into
that's
it,
the
it's...
thing is, like, if
But
you're
you don't accept that is the
No.
truth.
Yeah.
yeah, see
Yeah,
that's
that's the difference.
yeah, see that is a massive
Yeah.
difference, and
There'd
then
be
sometimes when you're
people
watching a movie like that, you're like,
don't
shit, I
believe,
actually prefer that. I actually kind of prefer the. I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of glad that they kind of sugarcoated this a little bit
Yeah.
because in some cases the truth is really dark. And but if in cases like when they decide we're going to rewrite history on this a little bit, you gotta. I was like, okay, I'm going to be taking this with a pinch of salt,
Yeah.
sort of
You
thing.
see, the thing you have to then remember is like look at what's happening with Oasis coming back.
Mm.
How many of Gen Z are now going, oh look, they're this band are getting like
Oh, if millennials have
because of
anything to do.
TikTok.
Yeah.
If
Oh my God,
millennials
they've
have
never been famous before.
No.
if
never.
millennials have anything to do with this reunion, they're not making it to the first concert. So
Because it
honestly,
wouldn't be Oasis if they did.
Exactly,
honestly,
yeah.
at this point, I'm just waiting for fucking. Well, what's Damon's surname?
Album.
Albon,
I'm
yeah.
just waiting for him to come out and just be like, "My time has come." Wait till I reignite this fire.
The other thing is, like, Damon always brings back Blur every now and then, but it's only because he's bored with gorillas. Like, he just basically flips between his two, like,
my
babies,
favorite
essentially.
thing about it though is
yeah,
with
but like
Blur.
even his side project was more successful than,
Yeah.
than Oasis.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for that.
That's what I'm loving as well, is the fact that, like, oh, like, you'd be raging if, like, fucking Damon's side bitch is actually now more popular than Oasis is. What do you think about
Hey
it?
Oasis, do you want to be the support act on the Blur tour?
Or gorillas, yeah.
Gorillas.
Just like, yeah, we need someone to open for Noodle. Can you do a solid there, can you?
It would be better than what came first, the chicken
Chicken
and
and
the egg,
the egg, or the chicken and the chicken and the egg.
Oh, actually, shaking grass.
Ah, she was great. and then and then
She
having
was fucking shite.
and then her support and then her dancer in like these fucking leather jocks and everything else.
A
And
black tank top,
Do you remember?
black
Sorry,
runners,
I just
and
realised.
white socks.
I just realised something. Do you remember when we were on a time crunch?
No.
I know, but we had to get that out. But in fair, as biopics though, like, the Oasis one would be hilarious because like they'd have
Yeah.
to, they'd have to
Scene
release
missing. Scene missing.
What they do
Scene
is
missing. Marriage. Scene missing.
Well, no.
What happened to the
All
first
saints.
wife? Scene.
no. What they do is
Who's this person?
they'll do 2 biopics for Oasis. One where Liam is the executive director, producer,
Yeah.
and one where Noel is.
And then one where the wives are like, "Why don't we do this together?"
That's how you do a biopic.
Oasis manager cut.
Yeah.
Oasis, the true story. Guitarist cut. Wow, there's been 53 Oasis movies this year, and every single one of them is a different story. It's like when the Vince McMahon story.
Yeah.
There's 38 different views on this.
I'll just say,
For some reason, Hulk Hogan's one came across as the most truthful. It's so weird.
They actually stopped that movie with Chris Hemsworth. It's not getting made now.
Yeah, we know. That's not what we were watching, though.
Yeah.
Remember, we're on a time crunch here.
Okay. So that was your one. Have you any more to throw into the pile, Aaron?
No, it was just shite. And the director's nonce.
Lovely.
Other than that.
Right then, in that case, let's pass it over
Or
to...
groomer.
I
they say
started
groomer.
rewatching Harry Potter again.
Ah!
Right? So I started watching because I had time.
That's what I've watched the first 3 now. I've only watched up to 4.
Have you never watched?
No.
Oh. Right. No, she's read the books though.
The reason being that
It's because you
when I
read
got to 4, I got so annoyed and frustrated.
See, this is the problem is with book snobs, right? And I am also a book snob, right?
Yeah.
No, I am.
But it's the only book it has ever.
See, this thing I've
gotten
noticed,
to
right?
me on.
This is the thing is, right? So this is because I started rewatching the Harry Potter movie series, right? And I adored the Harry Potter movie series because I read the books after the first movie came out. That was when I got in because I wasn't a big reader at that age. I was not a massive reader at that age. So when I saw the first movie and my mum was like, she really enjoyed that, we should probably get her to read the books.
Yeah.
And that's actually what started me getting into reading a lot more.
Okay.
So
Whereas I had read a lot more
on it, right? So
like
it's only now that I've rewatched the movies after already have read the books and I'm like, oh, you did actually do an awful lot of these characters dirty.
Because it's...
Right?
Yeah.
And I get that. I also get that the fact is, this sense here is like there's an awful lot of acting choices. Certain actors have their own acting choices of what they're going to do with it and everything like this. But it's just when you watch it back and you now know what the source material and how the character was actually portrayed, how the character is described in the source material, and then you're looking at the actor that's in it, you're just like, okay. And then what they cut out of the movies that's in the book that really should have been in the movie.
Yeah.
Which kind of saying it to Kier because I can't actually say. There's one particular one that is in the Deathly Hallows, which annoys the fuck out of me.
See, I know, because I've heard.
So you know that Dudley and Harry don't have their moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That pisses me off so much because it's
I
actually,
was out of deleted scene. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
And Winky.
Yeah.
But
So the first Harry Potter movie came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Right. The books were 97, 98, 99, 2000. Then 2003, 2005, 2007. So I had read up to The Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Before I'd seen Philosopher's Stone. So I had images of what Harry looked like, what Ron looked like, what the Burrow looked like.
Here's the thing
All
is
that
as well.
already in my mind.
Yeah. And this is
years.
so. This is what I'm going to say. So again, because I am one with certain things. So when it comes to being a book snob in this sense, if you're going to be doing, because let's call a spade here. The majority of the Harry Potter books were actually read by adults reading them to their children.
Yes.
Right? This isn't so a kid actually is basing this on kind of what they're taking in from their parents reading it to them and what the parent is emphasizing on it. So when they're going to see the movie, they actually don't have that thing built up in their head of what it's supposed to be because they're already at a second hand listening it back.
Yeah.
Somebody, so it's only when you get to see it. So for me, watching them, I actually will always prefer watching them in a certain extent because of the actors that are involved in it. It's like, so at this point now, so I am able to kind of like, I wish they had this in it, but I actually do like this as well.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So I'm able to kind of.
But it's hitting two different receptors, isn't it? Like, you're enjoying the acting part of it as well.
People that literally will, like, no, this is the hill I'm going to die on. That's not Harry Potter. Fuck off. And he's like, then never go to Diagon Alley in Universal Studios then, because you don't deserve to enjoy it. If you're not going to allow the movie version of that to be what you see.
Yeah. So.
Whereas I
do highly recommend them to actually watch the rest of the movie.
That's what I was planning on.
Yeah.
And just run out of time.
Yeah, do highly recommend it, because, and I will actually say this.
Yeah.
Christ on a Bike, Half-Blood Prince is a difficult one to get through.
Yeah.
Just in general.
So I never shat on the movies.
Harry Potter and the
It was
episode.
just a case of I know that personally I couldn't enjoy them. I was delighted other people could, especially because it got people then into reading the books. And I absolutely plan on going to Universal, either UK or Florida.
The studio tour so far.
The studio tour is phenomenal, but honest to God, you're actually when you're on the studio tour, you're on a set.
Yeah.
When you go to Diagon Alley in Universal Studios, and when you go to Hogsmeade in Island of Adventure, you will be brought to tears at how you are literally in Harry
You're there,
Potter.
yeah.
You are there. I genuinely, no word of a lie, me and Mam went the year it opened, because Dad couldn't. Dad had hurt his back on the cruise, so I flew over to Florida to join my mum, and we went to the theme parks together for the 5 days. We went, as we walked through the wall, you get off the night bus is out there, and you're going through King's Cross, and you're like, you go through Diagon and you go through the wall on it. I burst into tears actually getting to see it, because it was like, this is legit a dream come true for me to be able to be here. Gringotts is phenomenal, and the ride on Gringotts is phenomenal.
I've heard that.
It's so fucking good, right? And then if you get the 2 passes, for both theme parks, you can get on the Hogwarts Express. You can only do Hogwarts Express if you have a pass for Universal and Island of Adventure, so just, because they do check your park tickets. So when you go on Hogwarts Express, you get the Hogwarts gets attacked by the Dementors. So you get that kind of ride aspect to it. Cool. And then when you get off, you come out through Hogsmeade, you can see the castle, and that's when you go, and you can actually go to Hogwarts actually has its ride in there as well. The Hagrid and the Hippogriff, that's a separate ride, and that's where the dueling raptor roller coaster used to be. So there's there's technically 4 rides between the 2 parks for Harry Potter.
Okay.
But that's not the best part of when you go through to Diagon Alley. The rides are phenomenal as well, but you get to go to Ollivanders, and if you decide to do the wand experience as you're buying the wands, you can be chosen by your own wand. So you're not picking a character wand.
That's
you don't pick a character wand. So what will happen
is it kind of like the Star Wars thing where you get to kind of make your own lightsaber?
It's better, right?
Oh, okay.
Because what will happen is exactly what happens in the movie. You will be holding wands and nothing. You'll just be like, oh, okay. And even if you like, and then what will happen is whoever's working there will clearly see if a child has a wand in their hand that they really like the look of, and that's when it will go.
Yeah,
the wand has chosen you.
I like that.
And realistically, the kid knows that this is the one I want, but that's when they will like the wand has chosen you.
Yeah,
and those particular wands can then be used around the park. So if you find a little spot, it will have like a little kind of on the ground, like a little tile, and if you stand and you move your wand on it, it's interactive, so the wand will actually make magic happen.
That's
for
great.
you. And you're seeing kids running around in fucking the heat that is Florida, in their Hogwarts robes, waving their wands around just to kind of have that little magical moment. It's phenomenal. The butterbeer is delicious as well. But like you can
the butterbeers, you can get that as well.
Fucking
you can get that as well in the studio tour.
Right.
You didn't really like it though, did you?
No. But there's also as well, you can also go any shop that's in Harry Potter, you can go and get your Quidditch gear if you want. You can go and get your school robes, you can get your school uniform, they're all set up obviously by houses and stuff like that. You can go down by if you go down by, is it Knock On Alley? If you go down there during the Halloween Horrors nights, the Death Eaters are around. Death Eaters aren't there all the time.
Yeah,
they're literally
they
only
popped up in my
they're
comments.
only there during Halloween Horrors, and they were there for the opening. But as you go down that night, you can see them, and as soon as they see you, they'll like wand at you, and you walk away. Like that's
cool.
like you're not meant to be here, sort of things. Like you don't belong here. This is not for you. But it's so class how they have the whole thing set up. And it was only that I was like started watching when I started rewatching the movies, and I was just like, fuck, I really want to go back to Universal Studios. But I was a little bit upset as well because my mum would not let me buy a wand because apparently I was, Amy, you're an adult.
When has that ever stopped people before?
When my mother was
I have a wand.
Amy, do you want to organise my Florida?
I think that's going to be really expensive, but yes. But actually, this is what I was thinking. Realistically speaking, even if we went to the one in the UK, I could buy my Hufflepuff robes over there. And that's all we have to do. All we have to do is make sure that Yvonne is not with me when I'm spending that money.
The UK.
Right, because I was Jonathan, I was that fucking close to buying the robes. And the only thing that stopped me was like, I can't buy the wand and the robe at the same one because that would be far too much a big of a delivery. And this so soon after getting my redundancy pay, Yvonne probably would skin me alive and bury me in the robe. I wouldn't get to enjoy it that way.
Fair enough.
You need to move out. So you can actually live your life.
Oh my god, can you imagine if I fucking moved out of my parents' house at this point? Literally, you would walk and be like, oh, so this living room is the supernatural display? Oh, the kitchen is the Harry Potter one.
That's most of our generations.
The kitchen is the Harry Potter display. Oh, that's great. I'm terrified. I'm terrified to see what the bedroom display would be. I wonder what she's after Let's not actually wonder what she's based this on.
I'll give you one guess.
But big photo of Soldier Boy in the roof, I'm assuming.
Neil's present coming in handy.
Yeah.
technically, he would be in the living room in the supernatural display. He'd
be in the hallway greeting people.
That's why he says Soldier Boy
specifically. He'd be watching TV with me. I don't know if I'd have the boys as the bedroom display. That would probably be the guest bedroom. Would be the boys. Because chances are you're in for a fucked up night.
I mean, not to say that you're alone here, but like for our own house, we do plan to have an actual hobbit hole, like with a round door and everything. Yeah, it's just like this, and this is where.
Yeah, no, my bedroom is going to be the supernatural room.
Yes.
Noted that that was not my idea.
No, this is mine. Somebody is scheming.
Aren't you glad that I just want a room?
Just one sole room.
Just one sole office space.
When you said about the cardboard cutout,
he's delicious. I must show you the
all I could think of was the scene in Family Guy that we watched when Quagmire does sex.
That's on the bedroom before. That's why I wouldn't have him in the bedroom's going to be painted red. Just a load of red room. Yeah, the red room. Yeah, just a load of belts on the wall. With a standout of Jerry. Like this.
He has to do that kind of. He used to like pull this kind of face when he was like Father Soul, like a Paul Bearer style face, and he'll just go.
Don't ruin Jerry for me.
No, he knows what I'm talking about, but he used to like girl like that all the time. It's fucking.
But Harry Potter is actually what I've been watching it, and also as well because I forgot how early on Hedwig dies in the movie, and I'm also going to blame Sharweek on it. Burst out crying. I burst out crying, and then Dobby died, and I was inconsolable to the extent where the dog came over and was like, just like resting her head on me as if I'm here. I'm here. Are you okay?
Emotional awareness.
Mom came in. She had to pause the TV. She's like, "Are you going to be able to watch the rest of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me like 20 minutes." And she goes, "Grand." So we like literally just left the TV paused for 20 minutes, and then I went back to it. And then I was like, "Damn, Tom Felton is still a bit of alright." And now I'm back on my Tom Felton buzz
there we
when
go.
I was a fucking teenager. And what joy is. Only a 2-year age gap, so possible.
It's
It's not possible.
If you're in town, Tom,
let's not feed that delusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Very much. I've seen the comments people leave on our videos.
Anyway, so Chloe.
She's been watching everything Aaron's been
Yeah,
watching.
Have you squirreled anything?
Something else.
But wait, I have a different take on the Back to Black.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, counterpoint. I love it.
Interesting.
It's not a.
Here comes another fucking argument.
No, it's not a major take. I agree.
Children.
Oh, careful with the crisps!
Children.
Don't make me find the panda and throw it at you.
Oh. I did it for you. Should I hit
She
myself?
hits people with glasses. Not even my fucking teacher used to do that to me.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, but you don't have glasses, so it's fine.
And here we unprotected chair.
Give me the glasses. Give me the glasses.
No,
Give me the glasses.
No, I'm not
Give me
giving
the
the
glasses.
glasses.
Give me the glasses and you can hit me with the thing while I'm wearing the glasses.
No, that doesn't fucking count.
Time limit.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That doesn't count. Yeah, it doesn't count.
okay, and then okay, so I agree with you for a lot of it. I hated the ending where it alluded to her suicide because I feel like that's, I don't know obviously the exact details, but I feel like it wasn't suicide. I feel it was accidental.
See, here's the thing: is it was no. If this thing is, it actually technically would have definitely been accidental.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying it would have
hurt my hand there.
Yeah, no, you did. Alright, and the reason why it definitely would have been accidental is because once you've done rehab, your body has now gone through a detox of.
Don't you think if everyone is
everything.
saying this, I am fucking
I don't know why
well aware of this.
You actually brought it up, so you actually brought it on yourself. So when your body goes through the detox,
Apparently I brought on my dad's death on myself. Apparently, go on.
brought up bringing it up. But when the body goes through the detox and it's completely out of your system, you no longer have the same tolerance to that whatever substance it was. Whereas in her mind, she's like, I've been doing this for years. I know what I can handle, sort of thing. So it is a case of an addict, recovered or not, they don't really think through.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't actually handle the same amount of stuff that I used to take. So it would have literally been for her. That would have been a normal Friday night sort of thing that she would have taken, and that's actually what would have killed her in a sense. And the same thing happened to Corey Montaigne from Glee.
Yeah.
So he was an addict. He had recovered. Decided, feck it, one hit won't kill me. And unfortunately, it would have been a hit he would have been constantly used to, and that is actually what's going to kill you because your body no longer has the resilience towards it. So I fully agree in a sense it is an accidental overdose purely because she kind of didn't take into account, shit, my body actually can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I feel like similar to you, but I don't feel as strongly. There is like it's absolute piece of shit. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but he's weird like that.
Aaron does love an L hill to die on.
No,
he does love an L hill.
Like, I will say this, right?
It's from
There's some aspects of that movie
Very
that's fine.
His tractor.
It just could have been fucking done a million times better.
Yeah, it was the dad was the biggest issue, that you knew that the dad was involved. He was making out like
he's not a fucking
sick.
But that's the worst thing is like you know for a fact the person behind this is probably the person who she hated most.
See, I always find the kind of the connotation of him kind of like being involved in the production of like telling his daughter's kind of like, you know, demise essentially. It's like that's very
his thing
dubious,
is when he saw his daughter, all he saw was a cash cow.
This is what I'm thinking.
Even in
Yeah.
death, she was still a cash cow.
Does anyone remember that documentary? I feel like I imagined it, but I've said it. He did a documentary while she was alive.
Oh, she went through hell to try and get rid of it.
It was called like My Daughter Amy.
Yeah.
But it was all about him and she had no involvement. And I remember him going to like a psychic and saying, okay, what'll be in Amy's future? He's like, oh, I see she's gonna have twins. And then he gate crashed her holiday and she was like, what the fuck? Anyway, but the most redeeming quality of it was the actress. She was brilliant.
Yeah,
she
very
and
good.
I feel really bad because there was a clip going around of her singing and it wasn't good, but she was actually incredible.
After watching
really
it, that
good.
one bit is like the worst part of her singing in the whole movie.
Yeah, she was really good.
But she's actually not that bad. I don't know if they did the whole Bohemian Rhapsody thing.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay, she was really good at singing, and the last bit is the pressure, because you said 1 minute left.
Well, it's only because the pay-per-view is starting.
Oh no, there's no. Again, we will watch it on playback. It's fine.
Okay.
And we can skip the ads then in between, so we're good. We're okay.
What else am I going to say about this? The biggest thing for me was that the director was Sam Taylor Johnson, and yes, she's a grower, but I still have this hatred of her because she is married to Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I was obsessed with him in Angus Holmes and Perfect Snogging.
Obsessed
with him.
Thank you.
And I have never forgiven him for doing it, even though it's not his fault. It was like a predator, but yeah.
The thing about that entire kind of relationship, in a sense, is that no one only recently have people really kind of only recently have people really kind of started to point that out, that she. Well, how old was she?
She was like 42 or something, and he was like 18.
Was older. I thought she was 49.
Jesus,
older.
that's a huge.
It's a fucking huge age.
Right.
It's a huge gap.
And the thing
Yeah.
is, they have a child together.
They've had 2 children.
They have 2 kids together.
And her oldest daughter is closer in age, to him.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a reverse Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Kara's learning all about this.
And Alan,
I didn't know this.
Oh yeah.
and Alan Woodney,
See, but
if you
this
will.
is Bolland. This is what I mean. Kira had no idea of this.
But that's because I didn't watch that movie. I don't
No.
Yeah,
The reason why you have absolutely no idea of this is because she's a female.
Yeah.
That's
true.
why.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's the reason why. It's like the double standards on that one. It's like it literally was a sense of
She's a cougar, not a nonce, as I say.
That's exactly. That's actually what it
Do
is.
you know what?
'Cause people are like applauding him.
Cougars don't even
Yeah.
go with like 18-year-olds. Usually cougars go for men in their 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because they actually they need someone who has that little bit of stability in
Yeah.
their lives.
Yeah.
A cougar does. A cougar's like, I want a younger man. I don't want a child. I want a younger man.
Mm.
That's what a cougar wants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I initially hated it because I remember it all came out and I was like, oh, it was so sad. Like me and my friends were like in the friend group. Oh, she's so old. Why would he go for her? And he needs like someone with like big boobs. We were like trying to bring her down, and it was so bad. Yeah, I know it was. So
I kind of love that. It's like,
Do you know what?
I was like, I don't understand it. My tits are bigger than hers. What is the problem here?
Do you know what? The other thing is like you are now literally just seeing what the teenage girl mind was at that sense. It's like, oh my god, it's never a sense of, oh my god, he could have had me. It's always like, no, he needs someone prettier.
Yeah.
It's never, oh, I could.
bad.
We never put ourselves into the narrative
Yes.
because we know.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't have gotten him, but he could have had someone so much better.
Mm.
But
Like,
then no one
anyone would have been
realised
better.
that it was actually really dark and fucked up.
Yeah.
Like anyone could, like even realistically, anybody could have been fucking better. He could have fucking hooked up with Oscar the Grouch and it would have been a better fucking movie.
And the age gap wouldn't be that bad either, so you know.
The age gap would have been a little bit funnier.
A bit funnier, yeah.
Because it's like, wow, you're literally just fingering a puppet.
Well, more fisting a puppet.
It's more fisting a puppet, really, isn't it? Yeah.
If it's a female, we're
I've
still
got
going to call it a
you
female.
going on in my head.
Just incidentally, the other documentaries about Amy Winehouse. So you have the one from 2015, which is just called Amy.
Yes.
There's then there's a documentary called The Final Goodbye,
Oh.
and there's another one that's just called the Fatal Overdose.
Oh.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think the one
Fatal Addiction. Beg your
Fatal
pardon.
Addiction.
Yeah.
I think the first one that you meant from 2015. I think that's the one that the dad did.
It wasn't because I clearly remember he was on New Swim
Wasn't
and he said
he in court proceedings at that point? There was something about court.
It might. Do you know what? It might have actually been a Channel 4 documentary then that just followed him. Maybe.
I have it right here. So he is the one that he was the original was Amy Winehouse. The Price of Fame was another one.
Price of Fame.
He's actually, I've just checked his because he has an IMDb page, shockingly enough. So he's in.
That's not really shocking.
So he's actually in.
OSW, I think at this point have a IB.
Yeah. So he's been involved in two biopics about his daughter. The first one was The Price of Fame, which was in 2020, and then was the other one that was done in 2015. So
was it?
yeah. So then the other one, the Back to Black one, then was when he was executive producer. So he's not credited on, shall we say, as part of the cast.
because I remember him on Loose Women saying, okay, everyone should watch the first 18 minutes and then just not listen to the dialogue, just listen to the music. And when you watch the 18-minute mark is when her friends start to say how much of a dickhead the dad is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, that's
But-
all I have to say.
That's fair enough. So, in that case,
So other than the Harry Potter movies, I watched, we watched some Disney, and also America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys.
oh
series.
yes.
Oh.
They are so fucking abused.
Yeah,
Those women are so abused.
they like the
and I don't mean just them. I actually just mean in general.
Just cheerleaders, the cheerleading industry generally.
So
Yeah.
they they're trying to make out, oh, this is a calling and it's such a privilege, but they get paid fucking
pennies.
nothing for the amount of revenue that they bring in. And they talk about how the the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were revolutionized, and they like started doing the calendars and the appearances and the all this, that, and the other, and they started bringing in their own revenue in order to make themselves sustaining. And you well know that they make well enough now to pay those girls handsomely, instead of them all being really highly trained people that also work full time as orthodontists, nurses,
they're very, very smart.
like
very smart
fitness instructors, all of that. In that they definitely try and spin that by the rose glasses, like
Simpsons did it.
entirely.
Simpsons did an episode
Yeah.
devoted to how underpaid cheerleaders in American sports are.
I will.
And they actually base that on, because it is the rich Texan.
Yeah.
And they do actually base it on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
cheerleaders.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
they're the most well known.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
They did
Crystal Palace
handle.
try that? Sign off for cutting you off. Didn't Crystal Palace try that for
They
a bit?
tried it, and it
Just doesn't work.
Like there's
Yeah.
a difference. This is the thing we see about like especially American owners in English sport trying to bring America over there. Is that for cheerleaders work in Dallas, Texas, cheerleaders don't work in fucking Croydon. Like it's a different
It's not
thing.
even just that. They work for
Work in
NFL. They
Yeah.
work for football.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
Yeah.
45 minutes of consistent play. NFL is broken up so much that they do have.
They need
But
the
they need a
distraction.
break, they
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
break,
Yeah,
But the thing is, with American culture,
Mm-hmm.
cheerleading is a massive
Yeah.
thing
Part
in
of it,
America
yes.
anyway, right? It's not only, it's a part of your high school life.
Mm.
Occasionally it can be part of your college life.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a career.
Yeah.
It's a very competitive sport
Mm.
in general. Like, really, you ever seen Bring It On as a fantastic example of, like, cheerleading is actually a very, very competitive sport in America, to the extent of so where women, I think American women would probably say that beauty pageants could actually be seen as competitive sport for how
It's
fucking
definitely
cutthroat
competitive
it
anyway.
is,
Yeah.
right? But
Definitely.
like, that's the thing is, so like the way America embodies certain pastimes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
with cheerleading being a thing, that is actually a massive thing. Even wrestling had it with the Nitro Girls.
Yeah,
When you think
absolutely.
about
Yeah.
it. It's like, it is a massive thing, and they
Yeah.
were also paid pittance.
Yeah.
One girl, I think it was one of the Nitro Girls, for example, her yearly take home was 15,000.
Jesus Christ.
15 grand was her take home for a year.
Yeah.
And at that point, WCW was top.
Yeah, it was the biggest
Fucking-
promotion in the
They
world. at that point.
they were putting $1 million contracts on the men,
Mm.
and the girls only made 15 grand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds about
Like,
right. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, and then when you try, and then what it is, Americans like, oh well, it's massive over. Clearly, it would work in other places, and it's like, it's not the norm here, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be as big.
Again, it's cultural differences,
Like-
isn't it? Like, yeah.
realistically speaking, halftime at a football match, they probably could do something.
But the other thing is like
But when
it's like 15 minutes.
I'm
yeah.
not saying cheerleading wise, like
Yeah.
but like 15. You're saying it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Between basketball matches, it's 5 minutes each time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have full blown routines for 5 minutes.
But the other point, it's because it's 15 minutes. It's almost like it's too long. Like if you do like a 15-minute routine,
There are
there-
different
there'd be-
things you can do.
you can do, exactly, yeah.
How long
is the
that's
Champions
a
League?
different thing.
How long is the Super Bowl halftime show?
Jeez, I wouldn't even know because like
It is 15
About
minutes.
It's
isn't it?
15 minutes.
it just feels
15
longer.
minutes.
It feels so much
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You can definitely.
You
there's
can do.
options
You
with
can.
stuff
There's
that
so
you
many
can
things.
The
do.
you can do
Champions
for
League did it,
15
didn't
minutes.
they?
They tried it, but they do like a preamble. They do like
Yeah.
like when we went to the Europa League
But
final,
it
it was
doesn't
the
even
same
have to
thing.
be something like that.
No.
Like, look at how much enjoyment we get out. Like the local team here just chucks out the
They
young
took out the kids and stuff like that. Yeah,
onto the pitch at half time, and it's great crack.
yeah.
Did one of you just fart?
Nope, I didn't.
No.
Maybe. Could have been. It could be the chair settling that sometimes does that.
Because part of that couch isn't on the rug.
It's on the.
It's slightly unbalanced.
It's there,
Okay.
so yeah. So it's very nice. Yeah, I'll check.
Other than that,
I'll check the edit though. But no, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't.
Look! The look on your...
Wow.
Considering that there is no smell, it doesn't work yet. But
There will be a smell.
Yeah, here's the worst thing now. She is going to smell something.
window's open
Psychologically,
though.
she's going to
Yeah.
smell something, and then she won't be able to say shit about it. Then we all know who shat her pants.
Yeah. So
But going back
to American
like,
Sweethearts, yeah. Sorry.
There's a lot of negatives to it. Like you kind of just have to blitz through the rose tint on it. But like that's the same with any kind of like the biopics. they handled two things really well. One of the girls
got assaulted.
It wasn't where I was going first, but okay.
It's actually unreal how quickly they were on it like fucking flies on shit.
Basically, a photographer on the side of the pitch touched her inappropriately. She said it to her group leader. The group leader got security and they then called the police. Within that space of time, the police got her to identify it, who the perpetrator was. The perpetrator was immediately escorted off.
And the camera catches this, by the way.
Yeah. The two girls, the ladies who were in charge of the cheerleaders, are then told what happened, and you literally see this mammy bear concern, like, and it's like, where is she? Is she okay? What's happened? What do you mean she's gone back out to cheer? She knows if she's upset, she doesn't know, and like they subtly, because they're just finishing up a cheer, subtly put their arm around her and to just take her off the pitch. Like, are you okay? And what do you need? Do you want to press charges? Yes. Okay. Get your jacket. You go into that room with the police if you need us. You can have us, but otherwise we're here. And the girls all came around her. Unfortunately, no charges.
Yeah, they said it right at the end there. Yeah,
it's very frustrating, and in fairness, everybody involved in the DCC were like, it is so frustrating that nothing can be done.
Yeah,
it's so annoying. The other thing they dealt with really well was they didn't shy away from. So one of the girls, she's 4 years. And you can only be 5 years at DCC. So like you go through this whole process. She took a year off due to her mental health and depression, and she was completely open with that, and with the fact that when her depression goes really bad, then she binge eats, and that she didn't full out come out and say it, but eating issues. So they handled that really well in the case of like. You can see throughout, like when their conversations with her, are you okay? Do you need anything? What else can we do to support you?
It's an amazing thing. Is like it's one of those things. It's like you can see there is an awful lot of care towards the girls.
Yeah.
Just
by the
not
people involved.
by the people involved in it.
Yeah.
But it's the upper and outer bubble of people that really should be taking care of them in another way.
Absolutely.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
They're not seeing them as the value that they are.
This thing is, they don't see them as...
They just see them as the commodity.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't actually see them as a person, in a sense. They literally see them as like, that's an object that we need to exploit.
It's funny, you could probably extend that to American sports overall, because even the players are treated as commodities and assets as well. It is just it's almost like a capitalist quality to it. But as I said, it's also that kind of, there's an engineered misogyny there as well, because it's such a male-dominated sport with a male-dominated audience that obviously, the women are there as a bit of a pleasantry for that.
I wouldn't even say it's a male-dominated audience at all. Right.
Well, historically it's been, but now it's probably different to say.
Nope, definitely not.
Okay.
Right? And the reason I'll tell you exactly why it wouldn't have been is because if your son in America was captain of the football team in high school,
true,
right? You're royalty.
Yeah, very, very
your
true.
Your entire
very
family is royalty. Your son could commit a murder, and the entire town will cover that up.
That is not an exaggeration. All of the examples.
That is not an exaggeration, because there is a television program called Murder Under the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
And 5 footballers from one town, even the cops covered it up, and when it became an FBI investigation, hate crime investigate crime, like a federal case, and one of the cops accidentally admitted that, there I am, on CCTV after he said they never got the call, and the whole thing fell down. The entire town shunned the murdered victim's family till they had to leave because they ruined the winning season.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right?
That's a Netflix thing, wasn't it?
No. No, it's Murder on the Friday Night Lights is actually on the Crime and Investigation Network.
Yeah.
I think Netflix did a documentary about it as well.
But there's a lot of them. That's the thing.
No, but this exact story.
This has happened
regularly.
Estimated
but it was,
15 to 30
but it was a documentary about it, about the
Netflix
2 girls getting shot.
Off of.
Oh no, this isn't 2 girls. This was 1 man that was murdered by 5.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It is quite common.
It's probably the most rampant case. The thing is because football players are basically told kids, you can do no wrong.
Yeah.
And we will cover that up for you.
Yeah.
Right? And it's literally, it is a case of like moving on to like into college and stuff like that. Like if you're a football player and you get injured in college, you're shunned by your family.
Yeah.
You've let the family down. You're no longer the meal ticket, you fucking prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No
probably
wonder so
won't,
many of their knees blow
right?
up.
Yeah.
They probably won't actually finish their college education because they're there on a scholarship, because no offense lads, yous are too fucking stupid to actually be in some of these colleges, because
Too many hits to the head.
because
Yeah,
you never
definitely.
you didn't get there on your
There's a
you
lot
didn't
of
get there
American
on your intelligence.
College footballers.
College footballers don't get into college on most.
Yeah, but
majority
what's the
of them don't
one
get there.
language they do that's an easy pass from? Is it fucking Swahili or something? It's something ludicrous like that. It's like an easy class they go in. A lot of NFL football players have actually a degree in Swahili or something insane like
Like
that.
African studies or something like that, or
No, the actual language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because it's an easy one to get into. It's an
like-
easy one to get in.
it's like literally it's like they're if like do you know when you watch like a college a movie and it's based on a college football team and the coach that comes in decides I'm going to lock the gym because you aren't doing well in school, and the uproar that the entire town
Coach Carter.
has. That's that's baseball.
That's
I'm using that right.
basketball,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, or basketball.
basketball. That's fine.
But that's like a legit thing.
Yep.
It's like if you fail a college player, or if you fail a high school football player, if you're the teacher that fails them, you're fucked. You may as well have shot yourself in the head, because you will never come back from that. If you put them on a losing streak, you're the villain. Not the fact that you're in school to learn, you're not here to play football. That's not a rule that applies to them.
Yeah.
The amount of money that goes from school funding into their teams is ridiculous. And
But
then
not into other sports.
Yeah.
College football stadiums are fucking...
college football.
No, hence
American
why
football
your
as well.
man
They
at
had
the-
their opening game in
Who's that?
Ireland.
Yeah.
They paid them to come over
Oh, it's insane. It's
to
huge
Ireland.
money. Yeah.
Their colleges paid to have them in the top hotels they could find in Ireland.
Yeah. It's insane.
But if they get a freebie, they're kicked out of college, which is insane.
Honest
I
to fuck,
I
like.
checked, by the way, the most common degree for American college students is sociology.
Oh, it's that one too. There's a language in there.
There is a
and they-
language, I'd say there is a language in
There
there,
is,
but
because I
they
remember from the
major,
John Oliver thing.
but they major
Okay.
in
Yeah.
sociology.
Okay.
Because
I think they
literally
have-
all that means is living life to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No, because there is a John Oliver video that I want. Granted, this was a while back,
Yeah.
but he went into it because I think it was around the same time the NCAA.
Oh, it was actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It is a language,
Yeah.
you are right. It could be Mandarin, actually.
I think it is Mandarin. I don't
Oh,
think
is it
it's
Mandarin?
Mandarin.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I know it was a weird one
Because-
anyway. I know it's not
because-
one that someone's speaking on a daily basis.
Because
you know what I
basically
mean?
you just have to be able to repeat what you can see or write or hear
Yeah.
or whatever, and you're there. So yeah, but yeah, it's going back to American Sweetheart. Like I caught some of this as well, and it was literally just the episode where the incident takes place.
Flavor Flav.
Oh yeah, Flavor Flav.
He
Yeah.
paid for the USA Olympic netball team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they got no money. The football teams get the money, but
Yeah.
the girls, she's like, I can't
Girls,
even pay my
girls
rent.
got
It's
nothing.
weird.
Girls get
She's like,
absolutely
my rent
nothing.
is due tomorrow and I can't pay nothing, and we're
So
here.
look at, like,
And
Rapper.
Flavor Flav was like, give me the
Yeah.
details, I'll send you the money now, so you don't have to worry about anything tomorrow.
Sure. Dolly Parton threw some money in.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. It was
look
another
at,
fella
look at even in Ireland, Lidl is literally
sponsoring
the sponsor.
athletes.
It's
Yeah.
like literally, it's like 100%. It's like get behind the fucking women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
And
yeah.
we had some cracking ads for
Right?
it.
Yes.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
adverts
Yeah.
for it. But I will actually say this as well. When you look at some of the track records for the Irish women's teams, you should be putting your money into
100%.
them.
The women's football team is far better
Women's
than the
football
men's.
is far superior to the men's football
Yep.
team, but I do want to what the women play.
Yeah.
Women don't know this sport.
And am I right in
Fuck
saying the
off.
women won more medals in the Olympics than men?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think
we've
so,
better
yeah.
athletes at the moment then as well.
Well, we don't have very many athletes at the Paralympics, but the one
We've
that's got the
won so
medal so
far,
far
yeah.
is female.
Yep. There you go. So
but
like
we're
Go on,
you know
Roisin.
we're the
Yeah.
shit race apparently.
apparently, yeah,
The weaker sex.
the weaker sex. Yeah.
Not race.
Race is
Yeah.
social construct.
Yeah. So, well, like
To be fair,
I
just cut this part out. If the Travellers can call themselves a race, I
yeah,
think at this point women should be calling ourselves a race.
perhaps.
John Lennon had a song about that, but I ain't going to repeat it.
No. Okay, so the kind of to complete the circle here then. So what I watched, well, I wouldn't say watch because like you blitz through it in like 2 or 3 days, But seeing, and Aaron, you'll appreciate this as a politico yourself.
Oh,
This is a year of elections. There is just every like the Brits are
watching Jon Stewart.
No, I haven't actually watched Jon Stewart. No. In fairness, I've jumped back into John Oliver though. In fairness, I have jumped back into his stuff because his stuff is quite good. But seeing that America's having an election, the Brits are having an election, everyone's having an election. We're having
probably
one
having an
year,
election soon, yeah.
at some stage.
Yeah,
So I thought
It won't be until they've passed the point where they get their pensions.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
it's
People
across-
saying October,
going to
November,
happen,
I
they're
think
still
is the
dodging it.
point.
Yeah.
Because they've also got to get a budget in.
They get the budget in
EU.
first, like make everyone happy for a few months and then election. That's the
No,
that's the
they
strategy.
don't even think they're going to do that. They think they're going to just ride the wave
That was
of.
the 8th of March.
That's the
That's the time they have to
they
do.
have
They
to have
have to
one.
do it by then.
So they'll do in February.
But I think that the thought was, not to get too political about it, but the thought is that they're going to do the budget. They'll probably do the budget on the 1st of October, let's say.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
they-
Biden Day, but then
Yeah.
they'll wait to the end of the month or like 6 weeks later to call the election to ride the wave of a very good budget.
yeah,
Yeah.
Keep it fresh in people's minds.
and then go for a day.
In
I
the
wonder
halls,
how much
because-
cigarettes are going to go up.
So
But how much are they going to get?
so
in
during
social
all-
welfare Christmas bonus?
yeah. So during all this, I
Sorry.
really enjoyed the chaos and ludicrousness of how British politics has been the last while. As you know yourself, it's been an absolute fucking dumpster fire for
It was
years.
very funny.
And now suddenly it's getting a little bit more boring because they actually have someone like relatively sensible in charge. I say relatively considering the fucking nutbags. they've had
Considering the
last
nutjobs
few
they
years.
had beforehand.
Considering
yes,
nutbags, yeah. I'll take boring over malicious any day of the week. So during all this, when the elections are kicking off, I said, you know what? This is the right time to rewatch the thick of it, from start to finish. And my fucking goodness, like, now this was like the thick of it was done during Blair's Labour government.
Yeah,
you know?
the arse and the Players Labour
Yeah.
government. Then the last season is the start of the coalition.
And there's a lot of rose tinted glasses in terms of how Blair ran England. You know, he always comes across almost like how Bertie does over here. That Jays wasn't it great when Bertie
know
was in
what?
charge.
No.
Kind of thing. There's always but this is what I'm saying.
It's shite.
It was shite. Of course it was shite. But there's rose tinted glasses about it, is what I'm saying.
No.
And
I
in
think
this,
Tony.
in the UK there is.
I've always
as well.
said. I think most people agree.
I think there is that degree of it where they think they thought they were doing really well, and then realize, oh fuck, like when he passes the baton off to, in our case, Brian Cowan and to Gordon Brown over there, that's when he gets shit. Whereas
I'd like to point out
there's a hand washing happening
there's
there.
a
You
thing.
know?
There's a thing. Anytime because I listen to a lot of James O'Brien and a lot of British radio,
Yeah.
people do tend to like tar Gordon Brown with being like the person who was in government when it all went to shit. If it wasn't for him,
Yeah.
we would have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah. Like like his body of work proves that he's actually quite a good economist.
He went
Yeah.
to France and said to France, "We need to get the Americans and the Germans and ye in a room with me, and we'll tell you how to fix this, so it doesn't get because it's gonna be bad, lads. We're all gonna be fucked here.
Yeah.
Just get that out of the fucking way."
So that,
but you know,
That was a little bit disconcerting when you said we. And you're.
I was saying
he was
in the phone,
paraphrasing Gordon Brown, I'd like to think. But we will. But that,
Don't you do that
but
to
be
me.
careful now. But watch it now, right? None of that weak
Especially when you're
shit.
sitting there in Manchester, you know. Should have been banned from coming in this house.
Felt like it was needed, sorry.
Yeah, no, you timed it well. So that's what I'm saying. So seeing that everything was the dumbest of fire, the thick of it was the right time to jump back into the thick of it.
Yeah.
Again, kind of like
Sorry.
You
Kinda
just like rewatching it every now and
I
then.
do. It's a comfort food. It is a comfort,
It's a great.
but it is phenomenal writing, and I love the writing
Have you watched
process.
The West Wing?
Oh.
I can't watch the West Wing for one particular reason. And it's
Shane.
because it's actually not. It's actually none of the actors that any of the actors I've seen that I seem to like. It's actually the fact that it's too. It's like the Newsroom. It's too.
Okay,
It's too. How do you explain?
preachy, would you say? Because the newsroom
Not
was
even
preachy in
preachy.
places.
It's like doesn't matter all the bad shit that's happening. The person that's in charge is actually a really nice person in the end of it.
Now,
Do you
okay,
get what I mean with that?
I totally 100% agree because we've had this conversation about Aaron Sorkin's work, and I think some of his stuff is phenomenal. But Aaron Sorkin is always like he writes from an idealist position. That is
it's
always
fucking very annoying.
well, it is and it isn't because he has a point in what he's saying. The West Wing is not a biographical thing; it's how politics should be. That's the way he always positioned it. In the same way that the newsroom is how the news should be reported.
Yeah.
Like the Jeff Gang, the main character in the newsroom is essentially Bill O'Reilly. Like if you factor it in, like he's a staunch Republican, and he's based off Bill O'Reilly. However, Aaron Sorkin has taken Bill O'Reilly taking away the Fox News persona, peeled all that stuff back and go, no, as a, shall we say, a Republican-based newscaster, this is the way you should be doing it. That is the whole way. Now, I would agree with you. I found the newsroom quite hard to swallow sometimes because it was just like a lot of it was like, and we reported the news. It's like, fuck off, fuck off.
It is basically.
You're not the heroes here. Yeah,
is it 3 seasons?
It's 3 seasons. Yeah, but the reason that they got 3 seasons is because everyone's went, yeah, you did well. Well done. You did the news. Well done. You know, but the West Wing is different, and I will bat for the West Wing here, and I really recommend you give it another go. Because the West Wing, I think, there's a lot more emotional investment in characters than in the newsroom. The newsroom, they're all fucking, like, placeholders of the characters in the West Wing. Like, the guy, like, Toby, Josh, Sam Seaborn, all those guys, they are phenomenal characters, and the people behind them acting it are excellent. Like, there's a reason, like, Rob Lowe has the career he has, because everyone really liked him in the West Wing, and they liked him in this, and liked him in that.
He was from the Brat Pack.
He's from the Brat Pack as well, but you know what I'm saying?
His career in a shift for a bit because of that sex tape.
Yeah,
but he was a guy, he bounced back.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one that also factored in. They said that he knowingly got off with someone under 18, and then it came out afterwards that
he didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
He
actually didn't know how old she was, which is one of the main reasons why he was able to bounce back.
Yeah,
is because technically they were like, it could be considered entrapment. In a sense,
was it a mother and daughter as well?
Oh. It was something in a sense there. It was like it was literally set up to exploit him into getting what they wanted. So he was set up basically to.
Say what you want about Dennis and the Song was Sunny, but he always asked Friday. Anyway, go on.
So
I'll be honest with you, that joke is probably there because of the amount.
Oh, exactly. But I say give that show another go, because as I say, if you come from the position of like Aaron Sorkin is writing from where he wants American politics to be, where it's not bipartisan, they have a friendly rivalry, but it's based off like what the party should be by first principles.
And once you get past, I think, the first or second season, it does come to a point of they're showing what they want to achieve, how they can't achieve it, or how they fuck up.
Yeah.
And how they're making the bad decisions.
Yeah.
In the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Or through a little bit of maliciousness
or vested interest even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or because there's other cogs going, so they have to be the bad guy or the good guy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not. Especially towards the end, it's not idealized.
Yeah, exactly. They in a way it kind of like it actually kind of like charts like how like that presidency of that. If you have a really idealist president going, let's do this, and this. Over time, you realize, I actually can't do all this. And weird enough, like they become more and more cynical over time.
Yeah.
The last season is wonderful because it starts the journey of the new president, which is Matt Santos, and he's written like season 1.
It's Matt Santos versus Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, yeah, exactly. And Alan Alda's brilliant in it. He's so fucking good. Vidic is a brilliant character.
Have you ever watched MASH, actually?
No, I never watched MASH.
No, that's on your
totally recommend.
That's on your list, Aaron.
See, right,
that's on your list.
It's hard to find, but worth it.
Paramount Plus.
There's an issue with me watching long series anymore.
TV-wise, Comedy Central still shows it.
There you go.
I'm not sure it's that long.
No, it's only a couple of seasons.
Yeah, but I can't watch shit like I used to anymore.
I know.
Like if I was still working from home, I'd gladly slap on the West Wing.
Even get a season on. Get a season going and you'll be alright. Like do what we have a few seasons on the go, we alternate, and that keeps it fresh in our minds as well. Just having the background noise.
Okay, 11 years they went for.
Okay. Yeah, it was longer
than the war it's based on.
Yeah, ironic, yeah. So
thoroughly,
yeah. But at least with the West Wing is that like
I also actually highly recommend, if you don't have time to watch the TV show, watch the movie.
The movie's great too, yeah.
Watch the movie.
That's what
Donald Sutherland and Elliot Gould are the two main stars in that one. Highly recommend.
Or at least look up some of the clips on YouTube, because Alan Alda is just fantastic.
I know Alan Alda.
There's one particular scene.
And Radar.
There's one particular scene.
I know what it is. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't say anything
it's
about it.
fucking unreal.
Actually, the last thing I saw.
The best writing I've ever seen.
Several of them.
I don't want to go over too much of attention because you're on about Alan Alda.
Yeah.
There actually is one TV show that no one watched. It was a passion project from Louis C.K. before the thing came out.
Yeah.
Basically, he wanted to write a TV show with him in a bar with his brother and his dad, and Alan Alda's in it, and Steve Buscemi's in it, and Louis C.K.'s in it. It's a great fucking cast. It was one season. There's a whole episode where he does the thing that he was accused of, which now when you look back at it, it's just like, were you trying to tell us you actually wanted to do this?
Like you wrote that in, lads.
You wrote that in specifically, but it is it's set in a bar. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to get like Joe Pesci to do it, but Joe Pesci said no, and then there was like, we can get Alan Alda, so they got Alan Alda instead, which is like two. But Joe Pesci at that point refused to do TV. So the other TV show he's come back for recently was Bupkis.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's fucking brilliant as well.
So again, West Wing, get back into it. Really recommend it, especially last season. It's phenomenal. So with the thick of it, I suppose that the enjoyment is that it is so fucking short. Like it's one of those ones where like I am as I get older and much like you, I have less time to play with in terms of watching stuff. I really appreciate a short run series. And the thick of it overall, I think, is only
25 episodes.
25. I want to say 24 episodes and 2 specials.
Yeah.
And the 2 specials are basically like double episodes, essentially.
And the movie.
And in the loop as well. Yeah, I don't really count in the loop. I'll be honest, because there's different. The actors are the same, but they're different characters.
They're different characters. Yeah.
But Malcolm Tucker is the main draw of the show for obvious reasons, and he's based off the famous Labour spin doctor Alistair Campbell.
He fucking hates by the way.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
He fucking hates the fact.
He hates the fact he's based off it because it's also very fucking true. Like Alistair Campbell was a fucking menace, but he's much like a lot of politicians and politicals. They've been able to redeem themselves over time with podcasts and basically. Like shouting at if you just keep shouting at Tories for 15 years, you get yourself redeemed very quickly. Yeah, it's that works,
especially in the last couple of years, though.
Yeah, exactly. but at least the joy of the thick of it is obviously it's all about the dysfunction of British politics and how all these people are essentially just fucking useless. They are just useless. They're not good at their jobs. We accept that. They accept that. But they still plough along because they think they can make a little difference or they can do a bit here and there. The reason I love the thick of it is the actual creative process of how they make the thick of it. Because again, if you have your satire hat on, you will know Armando Iannucci. He has done Brass Eye, The Day to Day, The Death of Stalin. He has written the Doctor Strangelove play that's coming to Dublin soon, which I've got tickets for.
He also had a hand in Veep.
He was executive producer for Veep.
Yeah.
And
which is still a great American version of what it's effectively to think about it.
And he had a strong hand in a lot of Charlie Brooker's work initially, like How TV Ruined Your Life, a bit of Black Mirror. He was more of a consultant on Black Mirror the first season, but he's been around the block basically. He is like in the same way like Ian Hislop, just a constant satirist and has never stopped. But yeah, he was his kind of writing process, and again, the other writers like Chris Addison, who's in the show, as I think he said Toby there. It's not Toby. What's his fucking name? It's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. But yeah, so they would write the scene out properly and like line for line, and they'll do a take of that where they stick to the script. Then the cast will look at that take, review it, and then they'll improvise the second take. And Ollie, it was Ollie, yeah, that's what it was. So they do a complete improvised take, which means all the extras can kind of bumble around and do stuff in between because now they're incorporated into the scene, and they'll just like fumble papers or they'll kind of like react or listen or do something in the background, and that includes all the actors who are not involved. So they're all obviously in one kind of like room, let's say, and if they're not scripted, they can just do whatever they want. So it's a nice little energy. So you can see like Ollie doing something like fucking twiddling his thumbs if the two lads are talking behind him. All that sort of stuff. And then they watch that take back and go, okay, let's take elements from this, take elements of that, and then Peter Capaldi just makes up a word. They throw it into the script, and whatever the third take is normally what they end up with in the episode. And yeah, like it's a general kind of like a good cast for except for the first season where there's actual like sex pest on it, but that's neither here nor there. The Leslie Grantham and Charles Langham.
Yeah. Was he the minister? Who was the minister again?
Minister was Charles Langham, I think.
Yeah.
I get Leslie Grantham and Charles Langham mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
Because they were both the same thing, but like I think one got caught with stuff on his laptop, and the other one got caught doing stuff on his camera or something like that. This is weird stuff anyway. But yeah, so they wrote both of them out of it anyway in the specials, and the specials are brilliant because they describe there's one guy that comes in, Ben Swain, who's very clearly Boris Johnson.
Oh.
Like, it's not even remotely trying to hide it, because he's big, lumbering, and just a fucking complete and utter dickhead. But the specialist is called Rise of the Nutters.
My god!
It was Chris Langham who was the.
Oh, don't say that loud.
Don't say it out loud, yeah.
Mm.
But Chris Langham, yeah. So yeah, he's well and truly cancelled. So, well, if you have to get past the fact that Charles Langham is in this, but
that was all the time he got.
Yeah.
And it was then reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk about it when the camera go up.
We will, yeah. But so they brought in other people then. So the guy who plays Main Swain is a complete like gobshite. So the Nutters in the bars are the junior ministers. They're the ones that are trying.
Name?
Leslie Grantham.
Thank you.
I can't remember his. I don't think his was as bad. There was something about him, I just can't remember what it was.
To be fair, he probably could have shot someone in the face in front of 36 people. He probably would have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like all these junior ministers are kind of like ruffling the nest, and they basically trigger a general election by accident. Essentially, it's very funny, but it's all a political shambles. It's all a disaster. Rebecca Front comes in then in the third season, and she's fantastic.
Fucking brilliant for the 3 seasons.
Rebecca Front is one of those ones where like she's never a first choice in anyone's kind of like main drama, or let's say, but whenever she comes into a comedy, a sitcom, or a satire,
dead now, so that's okay.
He's dead now, is he? Yeah, I had a feeling he did it. Was alright, but whenever she comes into a show, she automatically improves it, because she brings this kind of like lovely, nervous, goofy, anxious energy, and just makes the show automatically better. The last season then is when the Labour government are gone and the Tories come in instead, but it's the Tories Lib Dem coalition, and they're just an absolute fucking shambles. Peter, the minister there, is fucking brilliant.
Most famous bit in the thick of it. She stood in front of a sign in the car saying
I am bent, yeah.
It's the 2 thumbs up.
But the thing is, like, a lot of them are based on actual things that happen in British politics. Like they took a lot of their like hat tips from Yes Minister, which again famously based a lot of their stuff on what was happening in Wilson's and Thatcher's governments, and was just literally 3 men in a room talking about politics. And it's just fabulous writing. So yeah, I got something to take of it, because like it's just a nice little memorial to how Britain was once an empire, but really fucking isn't anymore. Like
it's funny when you look at their like the state of their politics at the moment, and it's like you just sit there and think, how the fuck did you manage to take over half the world?
But that's the thing,
like what happened to you that you are now the best of what they got? You used to have Ireland, you had India, you had it all.
Like they're like they are over the last 10-20 years, they are the laughing stock of world politics. Only being gazumped by America with the MAGA movement.
Yeah.
Like these are actual fucking crazies in charge of things, and like
every government really in reality has about maybe 3 people who could like. So you have a Minister for Health, I say.
Yes.
You have 2 people under them that could probably do the job.
Yeah.
But by the time the Conservative government came out of government, it was just fucking. Have you got a minister's job yet? No. Fucking.
Yeah.
Secretary
like that's not normal. There's
it's
nothing
not.
normal.
There's a life
that,
cycle with it, and hopefully, but they went through so many in the space of the end of Boris Johnson's one to Rishi Sunak's one, and Sunak fucked it up because he couldn't. What was the minister that was selling secrets to Israel, and then
Jesus, how many have you got? There's
no, she was the big one. She's the
Priti Patel, was it?
No, the other one.
Oh, Braverman.
Braverman, yeah.
Carla Braverman.
Like,
she's an absolute awful human being.
She was sacked by Truss, and then Sunak came in and immediately gave her job back. Because I don't think anyone else could fucking take it.
No one else will take it. That's it.
It was a poison chalice, so they couldn't give it to anyone.
But they just wanted the power. They wanted to be there. Because once they're in there, they can make policies and they make deals that suits just them.
Like the only reason she was gone is because she incited race riots.
Yeah, essentially. Well, I don't know if that was in the end it was a reason. She just did it anyway. But that's
that was kind of the reason he had to fire her.
But the gas thing is, like, if you even look at the subject matter of the thick of it, all of the scandals and stories in it are just so mild in comparison.
Oh,
so, like, say, leaving the European Union, or, as you said, race riots, or any other awful things that fucking Tories did over the years. Like, this is stuff like, oh, you owned a second house, and you're not living in it. Or oh, you didn't do your expenses. Or you stood in front of a sign saying I am bent because your husband's on a contract that you're going to win, or that sort of stuff. Like, it's just fucking, it's mad, really. It's like a little almost like a moment in history where this was what British politics used to be like. This is what stood for scandal back then, and now everything is a fucking disaster now.
It's like with Trump at the moment, fucking doing that whole thing at the graveyard that would have killed any presidential campaign at any point before 8 years ago. And I was just like, that's just a regular Tuesday.
Well, that's always that's a strategy, isn't it?
The nice thing about that is though the army has condemned it.
Yeah.
That one, but I still won't derail it as much as
No,
don't piss off the army.
The here's thing is, once the army condemn it, you've kind of shot yourself in the foot.
Considering that's their main base,
and it doesn't help that JD Vance is insulting veterans.
He is so fucking stupid.
Do you know what makes it hilarious is like I actually wouldn't even trust him around your couch.
Legit, like then this is a lovely couch, but it'd be ruined if he was here. It would be gone. It'd be destroyed.
He would fuck your couch to a billion that even. Like,
I love how
it's a nice couch as well. I love
how that story was obviously bullshit.
He wrote about it in his book.
No, but he
wrote about it.
I know
in his book.
But then the Associated Press was like, obviously he didn't fuck a couch. And when in like 2 hours,
he defended it.
Yeah, but within 2 hours, they took the story down. So the flames were like beyond fan that point.
It's never been denied.
Here's the thing,
he
right?
He knows
Listen.
he fucked the couch. His dog got off that couch in disgust. And ran to Air Force, whatever one it was.
Here's the thing, right?
His neighbours came out and said, "I've never seen that dog before." He probably fucked the dog. Oh, God. He's taken a page out of David Cameron's book and decided, I'm not going to go for a pig, I'll go for a live one.
Did you see the video of him in the donut shop?
I don't want to talk, no.
And what do you do here? Oh, you work in a donut shop, right? Yeah, sure. And where do you work? And what do you do here?
I was like, I'm running for vice president of the United States.
How the donuts get their holes?
Oh,
so just pretend it's a settee and you'll be grand. Yeah.
The best part about that
settee is he'll think it's a French couch.
It's exotic. It's exotic.
The best thing about that is not even all that one question and move on. It's the whole I'm running to be vice president. You want behind the counter going, oh yeah, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I just killed. Like the air is sucked out of the room from that one. Like, oh fucking care.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, as well, coming at crazy cat ladies, calling single women crazy cat ladies. Like, do you realise you've just enraged Taylor Swift's entire fan base?
And you don't piss off Swifties. Like, Swifties have been proven to affect elections.
Yeah, they are actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
they're a nation unto themselves. They could cause another insurrection.
They could take over the world.
There could be a January 7th. Just Swifties taking over the White House.
From experience, my friend is a Swiftie.
Yes.
So we know.
You know, there's like there is counselling available.
I will be honest, actually, at this point as well. Helen, my friend Helen, is a Swiftie, to the extent where I actually made the mistake of saying maybe Taylor's the problem in her relationship.
Well, in fairness, she did literally write a song about it, but you know.
Right, but the thing is, I literally said, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but with some of the men that she's been with, yeah, alright, that's fine, yeah, I'll accept it. But I was like, but if she's the common denominator, she's clearly the real problem here. She's only dating them like for fucking content.
Clout, yeah.
Like, she's dating them just so she has a new album to write. Helen didn't speak to me for a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Oh.
I love it.
So she didn't talk to me for a year and a half. It was only the fact that her husband
made contact,
rang me up and said, I miss hanging out with you. Can you and Helen bury the hatchet? And I told him what the hatchet was, and he said, I'll come to you.
So yeah, that's
just a quick one, right?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
In that case, with her friend with Taylor Swift, that'd be like if she kept with something CM Punk. I ain't talked to her for a year and a fucking half. Like,
yeah, but to be honest, that would be a pleasure though for me. And you know for a fact how happy that would make me. That's the reason why you don't do it.
We would fall out in some way, but I would still continue to fuck up your Instagram. You would still be getting...
Where will you get your memes in? Where will you get the memes?
Were you listening to earlier on? My Instagram is fucked anyway.
Yeah, but they're
because of Helen and her anxiety-ridden stuff. At least with yours, I see a dick on occasion.
Out of context. Out of context. That sounds like I'm just fucking sending you dick pics. For
someone else's dick pics, clearly, like. Here's one I found earlier. Look at him. He's swaying to the left.
That's more or less how it goes, actually.
You literally hit the nail on the head. As soon as he said that, you know that both me and Aaron looked at each other. They know.
It's more or less it.
Both were laughing. Both were laughing. Went from to. I'm like, that's exactly what our relationship is. We send each other people's dick pics that are in the public domain. As
Yes,
of course, yeah. These are public dicks we're talking about here. Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, this is actually a legit thing. This is not like they sent to us privately. It is actually a thing where you can see these dick pics.
Yes.
In a thing. Yeah.
Like Paul Allen White. Is that his name? Paul Allen White?
Yes. No, Jeremy.
Jeremy Allen White. Yeah, that fucking ad for
that Calvin Klein ad.
The Calvin Klein ad. Yeah. There's nothing to be left to the imagination.
Anyway,
let's go on.
Yes, so we're nearly done. So there's only one thing left to do.
Oh no, I have something. I just remembered. Hannah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we watched.
Everyone needs to watch.
Yeah,
Hannah,
watch
the
Hannah
series.
if you're
It's
bringing
amazing, and I love it.
It was
Hannah,
based.
okay.
It's based off a movie with
It's
Saoirse
so
Ronan.
good. I love it so much.
And they turned it into a series. Yes.
Yeah.
But
they turned it into a series.
It's so good. 3 seasons. It's amazing.
Oh my god, it's fucking brilliant.
It's
the ending.
amazing.
The ending's a bit. I
I
don't
want
know.
it to be more emotional for me.
Yeah, but
Oh, I know it. Yeah, I see it.
Oh,
Now, yeah.
so,
Series
I
is
loved
so
it.
good.
I loved it.
so good.
Oh.
Okay.
And the last thing I want to say is that what's it called? Ted Lasso shouldn't come back for 4th
It should not
season.
come back for
It was
season.
so perfect.
I'm worried about it myself.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
It was
I am
the
worried.
Perfect ever ending, perfect for everyone, and just no. It
Yeah,
shouldn't.
I think they're gonna really struggle for material here unless they just
shouldn't.
go in a
Unless they had
completely
a
different
very
direction.
Specific idea.
Yeah.
Because it came out of left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the saying. Like, I think for me personally, I think
if they do bring it back, I want Roy to be the coach.
this is what I was about to say. I'd say
Yeah.
just frame it so that it's actually Roy Kent's show, and then maybe just have Ted as in the background as a visitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want them to touch
the one ringing, like have Roy ringing Ted. But
Yeah.
like, how the fuck do I get Jamie to do this?
He's not gonna
He's
do
not.
it.
No, he is.
Oh, there's no
Yeah.
conflict.
There was a misconception with it. Basically, like he's not available at the moment because he's doing something else. But by the time that they start shooting, he will be. Because they haven't even started writing it yet.
Yeah, okay.
It's only the writing stage. So like Nick Mohammed and all the other guys involved, Brick Goldstein, fucking Jason Sudeikis himself, they haven't wrote it yet. So they're not even at the stage. We're literally just saying Ted Lasso season 4. That's all they've written so
I
far.
don't want them to touch the Hannah Waddingham. What's her name?
I don't
Rebecca.
want. Yeah.
They can't. I've heard someone. You told me that she's not going to be with that guy.
They
No.
might
They
not do
That's
it.
not
Yeah,
happening.
they might not do
No.
that.
No.
Which would be a disaster, to be honest, because they wrote her character very well and they ended it very well.
It was great. It was lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many avenues the way they can go, but it needs to be framed around Roy. I think that's the way I'd look at it. But
Just give us the gay relationship between Jamie and Roy that we all want.
To be fair, yeah.
I thought that from the
yeah. So before we wrap
We're
up,
gonna
then
be a
Trouble.
Truple, yeah. So before we wrap up, then because this is a segment we want to do the last show, and we ran out of time, but we do have time for it. Dated. If you remember, I gave you a suggestion.
Oh, you gave me Life on Mars.
I did. So
Decent.
I gave you Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes to watch.
Yeah.
So to describe what this actually is, right? Literally, I'm just telling Aaron, we're giving Aaron a suggestion to watch, and he gives a suggestion back to us, which we'll get to momentarily. So all he has to do is give a binary choice, decent or not decent, and that's it. And let the hot takes simmer by themselves. So we'll leave it here. I know what the answer is because you've sent me fucking voice essays about how about your opinion on this. But Aaron, Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes.
It was decent.
Decent. There we go.
There wasn't a bad season of the whole thing. I think I have issues with endings that I have built up in my head. Because the ending with that one was a bit too like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was fine. When it comes to Ash, I don't know if I should spoil it or not.
No.
It's been out a while, to be fair.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's
Never
kind of
will.
like we're fucking.
If it's over 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's fair
get
game.
over
I think.
yourself
Yeah.
If you go
And
Yeah.
we'll watch it in
I
our
kind of
time
wanted
anyway,
your man
If it's
from.
been over 2 years, I'm sorry, you have no argument.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When it comes to, I wanted your man from Life on Mars to come back into it. I was really hoping that he would pop his head back in, with the big ending that was happening and stuff like that in Ashes to Ashes. But overall, it's fucking. What was it? Total in total, how many seasons was it between?
It's 7 seasons overall because it was 5 because it's 2 of Life on Mars and 3 of Ashes to Ashes. Yeah.
It's all very good.
Yeah.
Music brilliant. The actors are brilliant. I think you could bring it back for another season.
Which they are, I believe. It's been called Lazarus.
Yeah. So, like, I don't mind them going back into that fucking word. Now that we know what the word is.
Yeah.
I think now knowing this is going to give it a whole new layer of, like, what the fuck.
What can you do next?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, Frank, the way they interconnected and stuff like that was all brilliant.
Very clever. It was a very clever way of doing it. Yeah.
It's very good. I enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing in the space of, 2 weeks?
You can really blitz through it, like, it is.
Ashes to Ashes was an awkward one to find.
It is.
It's surprisingly hard to find considering the fact that Life on Mars it was on Netflix.
But they don't have the rights to Ashes to Ashes. It's a fucking, like, semantics thing, considering they just bought. Because you have Life on Mars, the UK and the US one on Netflix. And the US one is fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
It's actually genuinely... I like, sometimes adaptations miss the point of the original show. And oh my fucking god, does the US Life on Mars totally miss the point of the show. And I wouldn't mind. It breaks my heart to say that because Colin Meaney is the Gene Hunt character in it.
That's such a good cast.
And but the thing is right, it is an American take on it because it's. Remember we were talking about the idealism stuff like that with the West Wing and the Newsroom. Put the idealism in there instead of the actual realism, and the show doesn't work. It falls apart because they have this kind of like father-son relationship instead. Whereas like Gene Hunt and Sam Tyler are kind of like bickering brothers.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 brothers who are just like who do the exact same thing but different means and just fucking butt heads all the time. You know, that sort of stuff.
Why is the fireworks going off?
They're celebrating. They're celebrating the fact that we're nearly at the end.
Week. They were going.
During daylight hours, by the way.
Idiots.
Cunts.
All you're playing is Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I don't really think there's a big fucking thing.
You know, it's no word. It's no word.
The look I got from that.
Yeah. If you know it's bad, wait until fucking when we're ready to learn. That's fucking fireworks there.
That's gonna be dangerous.
Away.
How?
You knew it.
We're home to the new Saints, the Welsh
As
ones.
if you give a shit about Chelsea.
Yeah, but I give a shit about Kira.
Kira doesn't even knock Chelsea at this point.
Upset Kira in her own home, slapping the face with a panda.
That is how it works. So
And
then
that's for questioning it.
And now, do you remember the suggestion you gave me then to watch? Because you changed
Super
it.
Lois.
You changed that.
Oh shit! Did I?
You did.
Wow. For someone who's running the show.
The gang gets their words mixed up.
I gotta admit, when did we agree to do this?
It's always sunny.
It's about 2 months.
Yeah, that was a clue, and he just completely fumed.
Oh, was it always sunny? I told you
It was always sunny, yeah.
Jesus
Christ,
the
shit.
fact that I copped it.
I thought leave it off. Anyway, what did you think of It's Always Sunny? Was it decent or not decent?
Decent.
Well, how far did you get into it?
I have done the first 2 seasons, and I've had limited time. But you do in?
Yeah.
Alright, get in there. Love it. But yeah, no, I got to the first 2 seasons. Fuck me, this show really just ramps up a notch when Danny DeVito comes in. Oh my fucking god!
Do you know
It's amazing how much like you realise what the first season is lacking as soon as he comes into it.
Yeah. The first season, like the whole season just feels like a set of pilots.
Yeah.
It feels like 10 pilots, and it's just like, now don't get me wrong, I like episodes in a vacuum sometimes, but I think the second season just having a bit of continuity there, having the Frank Reynolds in there. There's just stuff, and like the characters, they're just such awful people, but that's what makes it good.
There is, though, you will actually find out there is some episodes where your heart breaks.
Yeah, but that's where this is where the writing is strong then, because it makes you care for the characters. Yeah,
Mac broke me.
But that is so way down the line. It's like
it's.
Do you know the way we want to put the last about The Simpsons when they don't really learn anything from the episode beforehand?
Yeah,
it is a lot with this.
Yes,
and anytime they do get a realization of, maybe we should be better people, it's just like, nah, fuck that.
That's way too much effort.
Way too much effort. there is, this obviously won't ruin anything, but there is a scene later on in the series, I think it's around season 10 or 11, where Dee is like, maybe we should treat people like how we want to be treated. And the whole gang just goes, shut the fuck up, Dee. Oh my god, shut up. It's such a good fucking bit.
Right.
Because she gets bullied so, like, you don't like how Meg gets bullied in Family Guy half the time.
Yeah.
Like, this is worse. They cause that woman immense pain.
Yeah.
There's an episode later on that's arguably one of the meanest things I've ever seen get done. It's the comedy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's arguably one of the meanest things I've ever seen. Someone do to someone. A group of people do to one person. But yeah, it's fucking the first 2 seasons that are fucking brilliant. Do
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Do you know what Danny DeVito made them do so he'd agree to it?
No, go on.
When FX went, because FX basically said you get somebody else in that's getting fucking canned. So they went to Danny DeVito because FX said we can get you a meet with him.
Yep.
And he was like, I'll do it if you do all my scenes through the whole season in the space of 2 weeks.
Jesus, so you
That
just flew through the whole thing with him.
That was basically a tricky pull of them that eventually ended up taking about 3.5 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like a test to see would they do it, and then he just went, fucking say it. So
Yeah.
he never really did TV. It was his first TV show he did since Taxi.
I was about to say, yeah. Like,
he doesn't do TV
doesn't do
anymore
TV at all, no.
So
But that's what also makes it kind of like refreshing. Is like you're seeing him in such a different way because
his character in real life now is basically just become Frank Reynolds.
pretty much, yeah, exactly. It's great. But no, I absolutely love it. So to cap up the episode, then we need to do more suggestions. So I think based off the conversation we've had, and maybe this comes from me and Kira, I would like to suggest to you The West Wing. I think you should give it another go.
I'll give it another go.
Give it another go. I'd say the first few seasons are a nice little bedrock, and then it really kicks into good storylines and character work there. And again, the last season, I think, is it 7 seasons, Babs, or is it 8?
7.
It is 7, isn't it?
Basically a presidential term, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. So that's why I think it's 8 seasons. But yeah, either way, the last season is absolutely tremendous television. It really is fucking
7
phenomenal.
seasons,
Yeah, phenomenal TV altogether, and great cliffhangers, great fucking like little pauses there. So I would suggest to you The West Wing.
I would suggest I'd say this time do Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
All right, that's our assignment then for
First
next
season that I got. Stop fucking.
I'm not attempting it again. I hated it. I despise Superman. I absolutely despise the character.
You love it,
despise
though.
the mythology of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You
Cannot
Unless it's
get into
Henry
anything.
Cavill.
No, even then can't get into Superman. I love Henry Cavill. I like looking at him when he's in the picture of the suit. But then the longer I look at him in the suit, I'm just like, you fucking cunt.
That's because you're a Batgirl.
Oh, it's completely because I'm all about the Bruce Wayne.
I think if Jason Ackles actually or
Jason.
Jason Ankles.
Jason Ankles.
Jason Ankles.
Hang on. I'll protect. The point is protected. Hit him. Keep hitting him.
Did you hear that as well?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You.
I'm getting beat up.
Thank you. That's the second time he's done it. I told you I heard it.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it too the
Twice.
first time. Yeah.
That's twice he did it. Twice.
So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching what we're farting.
There's gonna be a murder.
There's gonna be. We're gonna watch Taggart next.
So it's Superman and Lois. I know you
Superman
didn't
and Lois,
fucking
yeah.
like it. Get over it. I got Chloe to watch it, even though she was. Ow! That one actually fucking hurt.
That was such a delayed reaction. Oh my
Yeah, but like, because I was like, looking for like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just
Anyway.
remember that next time you disrespect my boy.
Alright then, fair enough.
Yeah, call him by his real name, not his fucking like.
But you
fucking.
need to call him Dean if you can't remember his actual
No,
name.
I did
No,
this.
he can remember.
I did.
that.
He does
I
as a
can't,
wind-up.
He does
Yeah.
it on purpose.
Yeah, I
and he
do it on
knows
purpose,
it pisses me
Alright,
off.
then
So it's all you, Val. It's
I'd
all
like
you.
to point out
The
what's
that
fact that you nearly shit yourself.
Yeah, it was like a skunk. It was a defense mechanism. It was like.
So, right, I'm starting to get hot. So I
No
did.
more nachos for him.
I did force Chloe to watch it, and she was dead set against watching that first season. She was sitting there going, I don't want to fucking watch it. I don't give a shit about it.
You caved far too quickly.
She did not cave far too
I didn't
quickly.
like
She
it
did
too
not
much.
cave till season 2.
She caved far too quickly.
And eventually she got like really into it. Now
Yeah.
the first, are we going on to season 4?
Yes. No. Yeah.
Let's look that.
Yeah, it is. It
This
is.
is going on to season 4. Season 4 will be the end.
Hmm.
It'll be the combination of the 4 seasons, because I think James Gunn wants, if there's Superman on TV, it's connected to the DC
Fair, yeah.
the extended universe. So there's a few exceptions. I think Robin Pattinson's Batman is one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is ending, but first season of that is some of the best writing of Superman.
Yeah.
It shows. It shows. Do you know what? We put it into perspective of the last time we saw Superman before this TV show, and that was Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder's one, right? There's nothing against Henry Cavill, because the man looks like Superman. He is the perfect casting for a Superman, but when it comes to writing, it's like Zack Snyder just cares about the boom booms and the fucking the cool shots and
It's like
look,
Michael
it's
Bay.
base.
Just
Michael
cares-
Bay, yeah.
Just cares about how much he can explode.
Yeah, and look, it's basically Jesus. That's what fucking Zack Snyder fucking loves.
Oh, look, it's basic. Oh,
I
look,
mean,
Jesus.
For fuck's sake, and was it the last act of the first Man of Steel movie? There's literally a scene where he's floating down from space like this, like, come the fuck on, like.
Yeah.
But this one is a Superman that's been doing it for fucking years.
Yeah, fair.
He's old. He's got a family. He's got 2 kids. They're twins.
Yeah.
No,
that's the premise.
That's the premise.
Yeah.
It's a Superman that's been doing it for, I think, about a decade and a half at this point, maybe even a bit longer. So he's been
settled.
doing it for a while.
Yeah,
he's settled. He's and everything like that. So fucking fantastic.
Okay, fair enough. Well then, that's our assignment for this time. So that's been this episode of What We Watching. So before Aaron gets kicked in the mush,
I'm actually afraid to speak anymore. To be honest, I can feel her eyes. I can feel them. Don't say it. Don't.
Do you feel him, sir? Do you feel him, sir?
I fucking
That's
do.
not even making me laugh.
Like, I've got a headache on this side of my head, and I think it's because of her eyes being bored into my fucking head.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, good night, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
This might be our last episode ever.
Episode ever.